Hello and welcome back to the Pit Wall Podcast. For today, we are breaking down the 2025 Austrian Grand Prix. Quite the race at the Whale Track.
Yeah.
No sprint race there this year, so that was different. And also what was different is that Max Verstappen crashed.
Okay. Yeah,
We're getting right into it.
Yeah.
Before we get fully into it, be sure to like, subscribe, and follow at the Pit Wall Pod. Predictions, all that good stuff come every week and that sort of thing.
Yeah.
And Silverstone Week's coming up, so I'm very excited for that. But anyway, Dawson, let's talk about the biggest moment of the race, shall we? Which is right off at the beginning.
Yeah.
Or should we talk about pre-race? Should we talk about?
Yeah, we can go in. We can go in order.
All right. Well, tell me about. Let's go in order. Tell me about the Carlos Sainz shenanigans.
We have the formation lap, which
The
wasn't
first one.
even normal.
Yep.
Because Carlos Sainz didn't even get to start.
Yep.
He didn't start the formation lap. Then got his car running. Was able to go around the track, and then had to pull into the pits because he had a brake fire, which he didn't realize until he got out of the car.
It also looked like
he got to the pits, but
it looked like engine issues to me too. Like,
yeah, well, I mean, his car didn't start at first, so I mean,
yeah, it was stuck in first
didn't
gear.
go. Yeah. So I mean,
it might have been a gearbox fire too.
Yeah.
It was wild. It burnt through the rear wing.
they called it a brake fire at least.
Yeah.
But
So
could have been that gearbox too.
Man, Carlos Sainz and his car catching on fire at Austria.
Yeah, it's
quite the pair.
So then, like Nick said, we go on to the actual start of the race.
Well, hold on. No. There's one more thing. There's one more small thing.
Oh, okay.
On the next formation lap,
Oh,
Nico Hulkenberg doesn't get away right away.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh my gosh, is it about to happen again? And then he gets away. But
Yeah.
anyway.
we go on to the first lap. Turn 3, Max Verstappen and Kimi and Max collide, and Max does not finish the race and immediately is retired.
Yep.
So is Kimi. And
Well, what do you think my reaction was?
your reaction was Max is about to get out and freaking flame this kid, probably. Or that, I mean,
do
you were
think I was
probably
mostly?
sad.
Do you think I was mostly sad or celebrating?
I don't know. You really
Give me
like
this-
Kimi.
give
You
me-
really like Kimi, but
Give me the instant gut reaction. Sad to celebration. 0 is sad. 100 is celebration.
I mean, you're probably at a good 80.
95.
Oh, okay,
Dude,
okay.
Max never DNFs in a
Yeah.
crash. It never happens.
Yeah.
His last DNF was Australia, but that was a brake failure.
Well,
like
let me-
he hasn't DNF'd in a crash, I don't think, since Monza 21.
Yeah, but this is not the time to celebrate a Red Bull crash, okay? This is like when you expect a Red Bull crash.
Yeah, that's true. You know what's funny is I told Kendra, I was like, Max starting his 7th today, that increases his risk of crashing. Anyway, like I just didn't think about it, and then it happened. But yeah, no, I was very sad about Kimi Antonelli. Homie fully admitted it was his fault.
Yeah.
You went to the Red Bull paddock to apologize to everybody. But yeah, Max didn't finish, basically didn't even start. I mean, he started a little bit his race, not even one full lap at the Red Bull ring, which I think was not the worst thing that happened to Red Bull that day. I'm going to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. I think the way Yuki finished, which we'll talk about in a minute, was worse.
Before we move on, I wanted to say that Max came out and said this is a racing incident, by the way, which is like pretty rare.
Yeah, it's pretty rare.
Pretty rare
He
for
was very
Max.
cool, calm, and collected.
Yeah, like
Gotta
got out
give
of the
it to him.
car, posted about it and was like, this stuff happens. If this was George Russell that this
Oh,
happened
my
to,
God.
it'd be the complete opposite. He would be flaming him, getting out of the car, screaming at him. Like, I mean,
I also
heard
don't think George Russell would have apologized.
Oh, no, not at all. But,
Yeah.
I mean, even before it happened, I think once Max realized it was Kimi, he was like, it's okay.
Yeah,
It
whatever.
happens. It happens.
So this is where it gets interesting because do you think this is because Max is thinking about going to Mercedes and he's just like chillaxing? Because I almost said Horner. Wolf fully said this week that they're like going to have a talk in private about Max going to Mercedes. So I'm like, I don't know,
But he shut
man.
it down earlier. I mean,
Things change.
yeah.
He probably thought Red Bull was going to get better.
Yeah, that's fair.
And they have not.
Yeah.
And we all did. I genuinely thought that the McLaren was going to get slowed down by these Barcelona things.
Yeah.
Has not in the slightest.
Yeah. So while we're on the topic of Red Bull, let's talk about V-Carb and Yuki because
Okay.
I have something I want to ask you about and talk to you about a little
Well,
bit.
Yuki's in Red Bull, but you mean V-Carb and Yuki.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said while we're on the topic of Red Bull, let's talk about V-Carb and Yuki.
Sorry. I meant
I'm just
I meant
messing with you.
the team V-Carb and then Yuki as well.
You mean the 3 V-Carb drivers, basically?
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, we'll talk about Yuki first.
Okay.
We're on the topic of Red Bull. Dead last of the cars who finished. I mean, What a way to easily beat Liam Lawson, as you said when you got the seat. But, we're not going to talk about that. I'm still going to root for you. Still going to root for you, by the way. Just like, there's a little bit of, hate
Lord.
there. So not great at all. Red Bull's probably, seething at the mouth or frothing at the mouth, seething and coping, saying, we're going to get better. You're not.
Yeah, it was pretty rough, man.
Yeah. Lawson, though. V-carb.
The lead Red Bull driver, ladies and gentlemen, Liam Lawson.
P6, freaking great showing. Like you said, number one driver for Red Bull this week.
Number one driver for Red Bull this week.
Go ahead and tell me about Isaac.
So he didn't have a great race.
Yeah.
They tried to make him stick a one stop. Didn't work.
Yeah.
Ended up P12. But I would say it's overall okay. He's still the second Red Bull driver.
Yeah.
Overall okay. I'm sure he's very disappointed.
Yeah.
Getting smacked by Liam did not help, though.
Yeah.
I mean, he got smacked by Liam this weekend. Also, one more thing on the Red Bull front. Did you see Max Verstappen's grandstand at this thing? Dude, okay, so there's 5 sections.
Yeah.
2 of them were covered.
Yeah.
They didn't sell out this year.
That's crazy.
And Kim Illman said in his video that Max is losing his allure with the Dutch fans because he's not winning all the time. And you freaking fair weather fans, like really, really, you could not handle being a Lewis Hamilton fan. You could not. You could not. He's won 2 races in almost 5 years now, or 4 years now.
Yeah.
Like fair weather fans, come on, man. If anything, this would be a great time to be a bigger Max fan because I'm enjoying when he gets pole more than some of these people because it's more entertaining. Like it's like, whoa, he pulled something off out of the bag. Like he pulled a Max moment.
Yeah.
And not talking about a Max moment when he hits George Russell intentionally.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so he didn't sell out his own grandstand.
Yeah.
Which is insane.
Okay. So on to what I want to talk about.
Okay.
With Lawson doing so well in a V-carb. Do you think Red Bull might need to start planning for the future and not for the present? As in, do you need to start not focusing on Max as much?
I think losing Max, if they lost Max, it might not be the worst thing for him.
Right now, you have like a 25% chance at like the championship, honestly.
What, Max winning the drivers?
Yeah. Like, you have a low percentage.
Yeah, if they built slightly better car, they'd have a better shot at P2 and constructors.
Yeah, but like with how things are going now, your V-carb drivers are pretty much demolishing Yuki.
Yeah.
Majority of the weekends.
100%.
And I mean, Max can only do so much in a bad car, in my opinion. He does great things in that bad car. But like kind of what's happening, luck's going to run out. Time's going to run out. And I think with these, I'm a Red Bull fan. I'm a Max fan. I want him to be there in a successful car. But as a Max fan primarily, like, I don't see it getting too much better.
Yeah.
But
it's only getting worse.
And as a Red Bull fan, like every driver has said, like, hey, this car setup is meant for Max, not for anybody else. Like, what if they built a car that was meant for 2 drivers,
Well, yeah, I was going to say, does Max really need a car built for him?
Yeah. So that's another thing I was wondering is like, is like, let's say he goes to Mercedes where like, they're not going to build him a car.
Heck no.
They're not going to build him a car, especially year 1, in my opinion. Because they've got the R&D for it from this year. But, I mean, if it's a fast car, will he still do just as good? I mean, probably, dude.
Listen, I'm not a Max fan, but like, I mean, he's a 4-time world champion. Like, surely he can.
Yeah.
But
we might
it's
be
hard
wrong.
to know. It's hard to tell.
If he ever does, if he just retires, we'll never know. But if he does move teams,
and he's bad, can you imagine?
Yeah. Like, moves to another winning team that's got a fast car
and doesn't do well.
Gets beat by the other teammate.
And we're not talking about like Ferrari here, which is like their own side of crazy.
I don't know. But it's all like Mercedes, where like if they mess up, it's like majority of the time it's the driver's fault.
Yeah. So or it's like
I'm not saying the past few years they haven't.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
This year they got a pretty fast car.
I don't know what the right answer is, man. I don't know what you do. Do you just ride it out because you're gonna take the pain at some point? So it's like, do you just ride it out until he leaves?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, is he really staying more than a couple more years? Probably not.
Till the wheels fall off.
But also, man, I just don't think Mercedes signing Max is smart unless Max signs like a 10-year deal.
But that's another thing.
Why?
Who? I mean, it's probably not gonna be Kimi, right?
It's gonna be George Russell.
Yeah, they're gonna replace George,
which is a mistake.
Yeah, for sure. And then where does he go? I mean, freaking back to Williams,
Red Bull. That might be like a trade.
No, that's when Carlos Sainz goes up to Red Bull.
No,
George Russell.
No, they weren't interested in him last year.
They will be.
No, they won't.
Yes, it will.
No, they won't. Well, he's doing worse this year.
Yeah.
And not just because of Williams. I'm talking about in general,
Yeah.
like his qualifying. Like they're
I
not
don't know.
interested.
I
If they
still
weren't
have hope.
interested, if they weren't interested in him last year, they're not interested. They should have. I'm going to say this till I die, and I'm not going to go on a rant about it. They should have kept Daniel Ricciardo. Max and Daniel
And
Ricciardo.
the Red Bull.
Yes, could be having constructors fight right
Yeah.
now, but no. Instead, they're letting Yuki putter out the back. So I don't know, man. I don't know what the right answer is, but I think Red Bull has to just ride it out at this point.
Really?
I mean, at the same time, though, the reg change.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think they're engine. I think they're everything that's going
I don't
on.
have too much trust in Ford.
Ford, like I just think they're screwed.
But of course, I don't know anything about them.
If Max leaves, they're definitely screwed. Like not even just from even if Max wasn't leaving, I'm just saying the sign of him leaving is he thinks they're screwed.
Yeah.
So, man, it's fun to watch, but it's crazy. It's a little like, dang, like I don't know, man. We deserve that Mercedes Red Bull battle that I want.
Yeah.
Like I want it so bad. I want it so bad. Or a Lewis Max battle in some way. If it's Lewis v Max, they have the both fastest car. It's Max in a Mercedes and Lewis in a Ferrari. That's gonna like break my brain.
Yeah.
Like, geez.
Who are you gonna root for?
Lewis.
It's gonna be Lewis. Yeah.
But like, dude, I don't even want to start. Because I told Kendra this too. I said, I'm gonna enjoy the 2 hours of the Max going to Mercedes Twitter.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna have to start dealing with the fact that he is now a driver that I have to like
Cheer for.
Yeah. Don't.
Then he's gonna start
Toto, don't
backing
do it.
up Then he's gonna start backing Max up whenever he does something stupid.
I'm definitely not going to. I'm definitely not going to.
I'm just messing with you.
Hey, I said it was Kimmy's fault.
That is
Definitely
fair.
not going
That
to.
is fair.
But just so you know, Silverstone 2021, not Lewis's fault. Anyway, dude, look at the onboard. All right. Anyway, people are gonna lose it in the comments.
Let's talk about something good.
Okay,
Sauber got double points this weekend.
Sauber, the good green car,
Incredible weekend.
incredible
Like
weekend.
shockingly good for Sauber.
Bortoletto P8,
Yeah.
made Q3.
Q3. Yeah, that was the biggest thing. Dude.
Yeah. Now what about now, Lance? Sauber's making Q3. What about you?
Speaking of Lance.
Yeah. Oof.
So his number is 18, okay? I think he should just change it to 14 because he ends up P14 more than not, okay?
You're right. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. That is his place.
Yeah.
This is his place in the world.
Yeah.
Well, did Alonso get points? Alonso got points.
Yeah, he did.
P7.
Mhm.
So that's, I mean, the way it goes.
Yeah.
Those are spots 7 and 14.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm gonna tweet this or something at some point. If Oscar Piastri wins the championship,
Mhm.
I think he needs to pull up on the grid. He needs to look over at Max.
Uh-huh.
He needs to grab the 8 that's on his car of the 81 and peel it off and just stare at it. So it goes to 1. Be like, give me, and then he needs to cut it to a 3 and like smack. I know that one other way. Hey, I'm just saying, Max 33 goes pretty hard. I'm saying it looks
Yeah.
better than the 1.
I
in
like
my
33.
opinion. 33 is fire.
I'm going to have to get me some 33 merch next year.
Yeah, you will. In Mercedes colors.
All my one stuff will be obsolete.
You didn't even comment on the Mercedes colors.
It'll be all right.
Well, yeah. What are you gonna do? Are you gonna be a Max fan?
Yeah, absolutely.
At Mercedes?
Yeah.
Then you're gonna have to back up everything.
You cheer on Lewis at Ferrari.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's a fair point.
What's the difference
just-
of me cheering for Max
because,
at Mercedes? I mean,
because
it's
Ferrari's
Mercedes,
not
but-
like the arch rival of Mercedes.
Yeah, but Max is also like,
Yeah,
the guy.
I know. He is Red Bull.
Yeah, exactly.
Ugh. Anyway,
Well, I need to have something good to look forward to when Red Bulls hit the fan.
what about Yuki? No, I'm just kidding.
I'm actually rooting for Hadjar more than anybody in Red Bull right now, other than Max, of course.
yeah, me too.
I
Albon.
think everybody is.
Yeah, everybody is.
Yeah, go for it.
Albon DNF'd as well.
Yep.
Bad weekend for Williams.
Yep.
Both had broken floors during qualifying. Probably a symptom of that. So that really sucked.
Yeah.
Williams, man, we're either the greatest weekend or the worst, and there's no in between.
Yeah.
Hey, Haas did okay, I would say.
Yeah,
Haas
Behrman,
points.
yeah, Behrman got P11.
Ocon P10. So Haas points.
8 point.
Beat by Sauber though. It's pretty bad.
Yeah.
That's rough.
Yeah.
Aston Martin, they come and go.
Yeah.
Aston Martin should be embarrassed with themselves, man.
I
They
agree.
should be like, should we even do this anymore?
Yeah.
Level of,
Yeah.
because I mean they're freaking like they're in P9. Oh, hold on, sorry, they moved up in to P8.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they're P8, but Sauber's only 2 points behind
Yeah.
Sauber.
Aston Martin's downfall is crazy.
It is crazy because like they had this crazy upswing, and we're like, oh, all right.
Yeah,
and then the
Alonso was like
downswing-
on the podium every weekend for like weeks straight.
couple, yeah, and you're
Stroll's still in P14, of course, but
Yeah.
I mean,
like, but like we can't judge that.
yeah.
I mean, Red Bull only has one driver, so it's like
Yeah,
you can't
that's
judge
true.
that.
That's true, that's true.
So anyway, man, dude, I don't know where they go from here. I mean, they're getting
Yeah.
Honda, so like Lance can get P13, but
True.
hey, how's our Lance Stroll fan doing out there? You still out there?
Oh my god.
He sold out his grandstand though.
Did more than Max.
That's a little bit different though. Max
Yeah.
owns that grandstand as opposed to I was going to sit in the Lance Stroll grandstand if I was going to Canada
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's the best seat.
Yeah.
Anyway, but it sold out. Hadjar, yeah, P12 we covered. I think it's just McLaren, right?
McLaren and
Oh,
Ferrari.
Talk about Leclerc.
Leclerc, great weekend overall. P3 in the race and P2 in qualifying, which is really good. I mean,
Hamilton had kind of a rough
Yeah.
rough start, but P4, I'll take it.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
I'll take it compared to how it's been going.
yeah.
And he's getting a lot more confident. And in the telemetry, you can tell that he's more confident on the brakes than Leclerc is.
Yeah.
Because you notice Leclerc's getting all these lift and coast instructions, and Lewis is not.
Yeah.
So I have great hope again that like I'm saying like a podium. I'm not
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
Like, I'm not going nuts here, but better performance. Biggest complaint is that the team kept him from box or made him box, which I think kept him from getting a podium. But they're running 3-4.
Yeah.
They had to respect the qualifying. So, but yeah, Lewis could have had a podium, but it would have bumped Leclerc. So,
Yeah, for sure.
because the people that they had no chance of catching was McLaren,
Yeah.
who were miles ahead of everybody.
Yeah.
Oscar Piastri did great, got P2, looked pretty mad about it actually,
Yeah.
which I'm okay with. They had a fight. It was nuts.
Yep.
He locked up at one point and had to apologize for it like 5 times.
Mm-hmm.
But it was an incredible thing to watch.
Yeah. So just for reference, Landon Norris finished at 1:23.47. Oscar Piastri was 2.5 seconds off of that. Leclerc was 19.8 seconds behind Piastri,
Yeah,
just to
it's
show
wild.
how
And it's-
ahead they were.
And Mercedes. Oh, we didn't talk about Mercedes. We
Yeah.
didn't talk about George Russell.
Yeah.
George Russell was P5, and he was a decent gap between that. So there was a
Yeah.
clear like 1, 2, 3 this weekend.
Yeah.
I think genuinely, I don't know where Max would have finished, but if Kimi had made it, it might have been McLaren, Ferrari, Mercedes. And then Red Bull would, I guess,
Yeah,
Max
yeah.
would have been in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I just can't imagine finishing P8 or P7.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's where he qualified, but
Yeah.
he didn't really get to do a qualifying lap.
I mean, Norris's whole weekend was incredible. So he won the race. I
This is
mean,
his best
qualifying was insane. I mean, the gap ahead to him from Piastri
It was
was,
a half a second.
yeah, was
On a
pretty-
70-second track.
on qualifying. That's insane. Dude.
Yeah, on this track especially.
Yeah.
This is his best track. He got one of his first podiums, if not his first podium here in 2019.
Yeah.
Like he's an absurd guy at this specific
Yeah.
track.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man. Championship's getting interesting.
It really is.
And speaking of which, is Max out? Is Max out of the championship? Is it over? He's 61
so.
points behind.
I think so.
That's 2 race wins where Piastri and Lando DNF.
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
think. I don't. Yeah.
More than 2. It's
yeah.
almost
I don't
3.
think McLaren's gonna mess up enough to.
You'd have to mess up a lot.
Yeah.
Piastri would have to DNF twice.
They'd have to all just throw away their season.
I mean, yeah. I mean, Max would have to. I mean, if you do the math, yeah, it would take like 8 races of him getting first and them getting like lower than third.
Yeah.
I just don't see it happening, man. So
Probably not gonna happen.
it's pretty wild. The Max fans seem to be accepting it, but I will say,
Yeah.
man, he threw away a lot of points with that whole George Russell thing.
Yeah.
I mean, he dropped how far? Like he was like 4th or 5th to 10th. Like that's significant.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, I think he's resigned to not caring. Genuinely, I think
Yeah.
he's
It's
like,
really.
I think he's like, it's over.
Yeah. Probably.
So I saw this meme that said Toto told Kimi to take out Max so it could trigger his contract clause where he drops far
the
enough.
performance clause.
Yeah, it's like 3rd or something. 3rd or I think it's below 3rd in the drivers.
Yeah.
He's not there yet, but he might get there.
Yeah.
And Ferrari's back in P2, by the way, by 1 point after the Mercedes. Man, it's like who doesn't want to win? That's like what Mercedes and Ferrari are turning
Yeah,
into.
yeah.
Mercedes had like, what was it, 4 DNFs in 3 races? Ugh, like just constant stuff, man. So, also one other thing I want to mention. Have you seen the Valtteri Bottas rumors?
With Cadillac.
No, with the fact that the Alpine are looking to replace Franco Colapinto mid-season.
Really?
With Valtteri Bottas.
Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Yep.
So you're saying I can have another driver?
You could have another driver, dog, and it could be Valtteri Bottas.
Put my title right here, driver merchant.
Oh yeah, I don't think you talked about Colapinto.
Did we talk about Alpine at all?
Yeah, okay. Ocon got P. Sorry, not Ocon. Gasly got P13.
That's right, we didn't. Colapinto got P15. So,
but Colapinto had some terrorism when he tried to take out Oscar Piastri during a blue flags thing, and what did Oscar say? He said Alpine's still finding ways to screw me over.
Yeah.
Use a different word. Screw me over all these years later.
Yeah.
I'm like, what a line,
dude.
So between
He's
that
a killer, man.
and McLaren intentionally making Oscar stay out 3 extra laps so that way he could he would not be close to Lando, robbed us of a second battle because he only finished 2.5 seconds behind. Like, I mean, Colapinto cost him at least a second.
Yeah.
So anyway, winner or loser? Who you got?
Winner, dude, probably Lawson.
All right.
I mean, P6 finish, best of the whole Red Bull squad. Loser, man, it's a lot. I mean, could just give it to Red Bull.
Yeah.
The whole squad, all of them, Yuki,
At
Max.
the Red Bull Ring.
Yeah. Rough weekend for them, so I think they definitely deserve loser.
Yeah, I'm gonna give loser to Max Verstappen and Christian Horner.
Yeah.
Christian Horner had a quote before the race where he said, "I hope we send the McLaren fans home crying." And during the race, I saw many fans leaving after Max got out. Many fans.
Yeah.
So that's And then winner, I mean, McLaren's deserves it.
Yeah.
I'm going to give an outside shout to Ferrari for having upgrades that actually worked. And despite everything they went through, they were able to put the car back together.
Yeah.
They had like gearbox issues, all this stuff. And that at this point in the way the regulations are going, having a upgrade that works is a win.
That's a big thing.
Almost no one has upgrade.
Yeah.
It's constantly a problem. And the other win is that we only have 13 races left with these stupid regulations, which the next ones could be worse. They have a way they could be worse.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, that's about it. Let us know what you thought and if you're going to buy Max 33 merch when it is in Mercedes black. I'm just saying our merch is pretty good. Our merch is pretty solid.
Yeah,
It's pretty solid.
It's okay. Also, if you haven't watched the F1 movie, it's great.
Oh my gosh, it's fantastic. Do not let anybody tell you as an F1 fan.
Don't go into it thinking, if you haven't seen it and you've seen stuff online saying, oh, and people being nitpicky, go into it blind, just clear your mind. It's a great freaking movie.
It's a great movie. There's very, very few inaccuracies.
Yeah.
Like I'm talking nitpicky stuff. Not like, oh, well, they're using one tire compound. There's actually 3. Like there's nothing
People
like
are seriously just trying to find stuff to make it bad because, people do that, especially
It's
like with
fantastic.
sports and stuff. It's great.
They
great
really
story. I mean, great like shooting, especially.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Looks amazing. Sounds
Listen
amazing too.
It does sound amazing. All right, that's it. Talk to you later.
Peace.
Bye.